Donald Trump woke up to some really bad news on Friday, both in terms of the economy as well as a new batch of Epstein files have been released, a third batch. And among its findings, according to the Democrats in the House Oversight Committee, within the documents of Epstein's schedule, there's evidence that Peter Thiel and Steve Bannon had scheduled meetings with Epstein, as well as evidence of a pending trip by Elon Musk to Epstein Island. How's Donald Trump responding to this? Well, Donald Trump just posted on social media as he's heading to the Ryder Cup in Long Island. He posted on his social media platform, "Pregnant women," and he put this all in caps. "Don't use Tylenol unless absolutely necessary. Don't give Tylenol to your young child for virtually any reason. Break up the MMR shot into 3 totally separate shots, not mixed!" Take chicken pea shot separately. Take hepatitis B shot at 12-year-old or older. And importantly, take vaccine in separate medical visits. President DJT. He's giving just a bunch of incorrect medical, I wouldn't even call it opinions, I would call it conspiracies. He doesn't know how to spell hepatitis. He spells it hepatitis. He doesn't know how to spell chickenpox, so he just writes chicken pea. And just this idea that he's demanding that pregnant women who are in pain follow his guidance versus what their doctors are saying, and he is getting in the way of that, is utterly deranged. That's what he's posting this morning as he's heading to the Ryder Cup in Long Island to watch golf on the taxpayer dime. Oh, then Donald Trump posts this morning, "James Comey is a dirty cop. Make America great again!" Now, as I've gone over before in lots of other videos, the case against James Comey just objectively is a bad case. Like, there's no facts to bring a case against Comey, and regardless of your views about Comey, Donald Trump posting this is going to blow up the case as well, because this violates every federal rule. Not that Donald Trump cares about following the federal rules, but when a judge dismisses the case for a vindictive prosecution because Trump keeps posting things like that, he's going to go, "These leftist judges are coming after me. It's a leftist judge." No, it's your behavior. Never before in American history has this happened, and we, the American people, should not be okay with it. Then Donald Trump goes, "Whether you like corrupt James Comey or not," and I can't imagine too many people liking him, he lied. It's not a complex lie. It's very simple, but it's an important one. There is no way he can explain his way out of it. He's a dirty cop, and he always has been. But he was just assigned a crooked Joe Biden-appointed judge, so he's off to a very good start. Nevertheless, words are words, and he wasn't hedging or in dispute. He was very positive. There was no doubt in his mind about what he said or meant by saying it. He left himself zero margin of error. He just got unexpectedly caught. James Dirty Cop Comey was a destroyer of lives. You wonder why Donald Trump doesn't post what he claims that James Comey said was a lie, because when you read the indictment, it says that James Comey lied to the Senate when he said that he never authorized Andy McCabe, who worked for him at the FBI, to leak information to the Wall Street Journal. And what's that based on? Nothing. Andy McCabe had testified previously that he made James Comey aware after the fact about the leak, not got authorization from James Comey. It was based on a Ted Cruz memo where Ted Cruz conflated being aware of after the fact and authorizing. So the whole very premise of this is completely false to begin with. And then also, the underlying premise here is what? That Donald Trump has no connections to Russia. When Donald Trump was saying, "Russia, Russia, Russia, if you're listening, can you please leak files of the DNC or Donald Trump meeting with Putin?" a few weeks ago and rolling out the red carpet for him. This whole thing is utterly ridiculous. Oh, then Donald Trump posts on his social media platform that he's got a 57% American approval rate, except that that's totally a lie. The latest Quinnipiac poll shows that Donald Trump's approval rate, and all of the credible polling shows that Donald Trump's approval rate is somewhere around 38% right now. Even on the issues of the economy, Trump's approval is at 39%. On the issue of immigration, Trump's approval is at 41%, but the guy's a liar about every single thing. He posts this morning, he goes, "Trump, the president of peace. Trump ended 7 wars in just 7 months. Okay, let's take a look at the wars that you claim you solved. Egypt and Ethiopia. You didn't solve that. There's not like a raging war between Egypt and Ethiopia, Israel and Iran. You mean we performatively bombed Iran? And Iran now has all its nuclear weapons and, I mean, all of its nuclear capabilities and hasn't changed a single thing. And if anything, Iran is in a stronger position now. Pakistan and India. Okay, India says you had no involvement in it at all because you didn't. The Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. There's still active war going on in Congo right now, and ISIS forces in Congo are killing dozens of people on a fairly frequent basis right there. Kosovo and Serbia, everybody knows the rage in Kosovo and Serbia war over the past 8 months that Donald Trump he's making this stuff up. It's utterly, utterly deranged. We live in a Ponzi scheme country where this guy lies about literally everything, then goes and spends our taxpayer dollars to go to golf matches, golf.com. Trump has arrived at the Bethpage Black Golf Course. He's the first sitting president of the United States to attend the Ryder Cup. By the way, as of this recording, Europe is leading the Ryder Cup as well. And do you think Donald Trump took credit for saving the Ryder Cup? The answer is yes. Donald Trump says that without him, there would be no Ryder Cup because he signed an executive order preventing unions that were involved in the Long Island Railroad from going on strike. So yes, so to all those union people who had supported Donald Trump, so he blocked the union's ability to collectively bargain and go on strike is what he claims. And on that basis, he says he saved the Ryder Cup. Rethink to save the Ryder Cup, utterly deranged. This is his press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, saying Trump saved the golf match. Here, play this clip. And on Friday, the president will travel to Long Island for the Ryder Cup golf match between the United States and Europe. This event is one of the greatest sporting events in the world, and it would not be taking place this year without President Trump's help. President Trump signed an executive order last week preventing a strike that would have crippled the New York City area ahead of the tournament, and at the request of the 5 labor unions who all represent workers on the Long Island Railroad. One of the greatest golfers in the world, Bryson DeChambeau, praised the president's critical intervention, saying, quote, "When the possibility of a strike threatened to disrupt transportation in attendance, President Trump stepped up and took the action needed to protect this world-class competition." You go to